Welcome everybody. I'd like to present to you the results for the full year ending 31st of March 2023 for the WHI Group. My name is Phillip Wale and I'm the Chief Executive Officer. Here is the usual disclaimer. Please take time to take a look at it. If we look at the financial highlights, reflecting what has been one of the most extremely challenging market backdrops we've seen for some time. Revenue for the period was £26.7 million. That's versus a figure of £32 million for the full year to March 2022. This produced an underlying loss before tax of £2 million versus a profit of £1.4 million for the same period last year. Group assets under management are at £2.1 billion at year end. That's against £2.4 billion for the full year 2022. That gives an underlying earnings per share figure of a negative 3.36 pence versus an earnings of 2.34 pence for the period to March 2022. At year end, cash and cash equivalents stood at £4.2 million, and that's against a figure of £6.4 million from the year before. Importantly, cash as we record this video at the 22nd of September 2023 stand at a very healthy £7.8 million. If we start now with a divisional review, and we'll start with the wealth management side of the business. Fee income remained relatively stable, but commission revenue fell quite heavily due to the challenging market conditions. We did return to profitability during the year on both an underlying and a statutory basis. Asset under management reduction is partly due to net outflows, but also partly due to the market performance during that period. We've continued to streamline our businesses based in 4 offices now: London, Manchester, Henley and Poole. And we offer our investment management and financial planning services. What we're focusing on now is improving the quality of the business by growing discretionary managed assets and increasing the proportion of fee income. Fee income for the period was £13.2 million. That's versus £13.5 million for the full year 2022. Fee income now represents 89% of total wealth management income. That's an increase from 85% on the year before. Wealth management total assets under management are £1.4 billion versus £1.6 billion for the year before, and the discretionary managed funds within that amount represent £1 billion versus £1.02 billion for the full year 2022. For the capital markets division, we saw without doubt the most challenging market conditions for some considerable time. Despite that, we retained our position as a leading AIM advisor. We maintained our top 5 Nomad and top 3 corporate broking ranking, and we also managed a small increase in the number of retained quoted corporate clients, that being 90 at the full year, March 2023, versus 88 for the full year, March 2022. We experienced a significant reduction in transaction fees. This was due to lower funds raised overall, a reduced number of transactions, and less IPOs in the market altogether. In fact, activity in the market was down over 90% on the year before period. We did manage an increase in retainer fees and an increase in commission and trading income. Our ultra high net worth and family office assets under management were maintained at £0.7 billion, which is unchanged on the year before. During this period, funds raised for quoted and unquoted corporate clients was £111 million. This was down sharply from the £236 million raised for corporate clients during the full year 2022. The number of equity transactions in the full year 23 was 25, and that included 3 IPOs. However, that number was 38 transactions, including 5 IPOs to the full year March 2022. So let's look at the outlook for 2024. Clearly, the first half of the year was challenging again due to the very difficult market backdrop. To this end, we successfully completed a £5 million placing at the end of August 2023. This provides the group with more working capital, it secured the current regulatory capital position, and gives us a very stable financial position going forward. In addition to this, we completed a successful cost reduction exercise, which is completing at the end of this month, September 2023. Overall headcount will be reduced by approximately 30 people, and it's also included a proportion of salary sacrifice by various senior management in return for share options. So in summary, post our recapitalisation, we've provided ourselves with a stable platform to navigate what are challenging markets and to take advantage of better market conditions in the future. Our strategy summary continues within wealth management to increase the value of discretionary assets under management, and in capital markets to service our new and existing corporate client list while sourcing new transactional activity, utilising our strong distribution capability in both private and public markets. The combination of this placing and the cost reduction exercise gives the group an improved chance of returning to profitability. We are in a robust position from which to take advantage of improved market conditions when they occur, and I look forward to updating you when our interim figures are due out later in the year. And I thank you all for your time in looking at this presentation.